Hello everyone, it's Dawn and welcome back to my channel. Well, today we're not going to do a full tutorial. This is going to be a slightly shorter tutorial. Someone showed me a photograph of a 6x6 card. Well, I presumed it was a 6x6 card. It was a square card anyway, so we're going to make it a 6x6. And it had an embossed background similar to this, and it had a triangle of flowers, but it came around this sentiment. Well, not this sentiment, but a sentiment. And someone asked me if I could show how you make a card like this, still keep that shape, but don't cover up the sentiment. So I'll give you the measurements for my card. It's a 6x6 card. So the first pattern paper is also 6x6. The second pattern paper, which I've embossed, is 5 1/4 by 5 1/4. And I use one of my favourite embossing folders to do that one. This is a Christina Griffiths embossing folder. I don't know if it's still available at Craft Stash. I will check it out, and if it is, I will link it below. Then I used a hexagonal frame, and to make that, I used 2 hexagonal dies. One was 4 3/4 diameter, and the other one was 4 inch diameter. And I put the smaller one inside the larger one, taped them down, and ran it through my machine. And these are from Creative Crafts at Craft Stash. I'm pretty sure they're probably still in stock, or they probably still carry them. Again, I will check, and if they're still available, I'll link that in the description below for you. And that's about it, really. The flowers, I've just got, they're 3D sticker flowers, which I think I got from Ryman's. But I haven't been up there for a while, so I don't know if they're still available. But again, I'll check them out for you. So, what I'm going to do, I've already started making it up. I've glued my pattern papers down. I've already embossed this one here. This one I've put down with foam tape, or foam pads, I beg your pardon. I just used individual foam pads and cut them up into three. Each one I cut into 3 narrow strips. So just to make sure that it stays within that perimeter. And so now what we're going to do, together we're going to finish this card, and we're going to continue this lovely triangular shape while still keeping the sentiment. So I'm trying to pick out all my pink flowers. So what we're going to do, we're going to start from the top. We're going to deal with the top end first, but we're not going to let it come out beyond that. So I'm going to put my first card. These are sticker. These have just got little stickers. They're sticky, self-adhesive flowers. So we're going to deal with this bit first. So we'll put that one there. And we may have to overlap some of these, but that's okay. I mean the flowers. So we'll put that one up to there, and then what we're going to do, we're going to find a flower that will fit, and we're going to pop one in there like that. It doesn't matter if it slightly overlaps, as long as it doesn't overlap the wording on the sentiment. So there's a tiny weeny gap there, but I'm not bothered about that, and we'll cope with that one in a minute. So what we're going to do now is come down and finish this shape, this triangle. So we're going to keep it in line, and we're going to come at it from the other end, I think. Yeah. So come in slightly and stick that down like that. And this one should do for that one. So if the flowers overlap each other, that's no big deal, as long as they don't overlap the wording of the sentiment. So we've still got that triangle. So there's not really many more pink ones on there. I'm trying to keep in with the theme. So let's go back up to here, and what we'll do with that one, we will line it up so that you can still see the whole of the wording, and stick that down like that. That's fantastic. We've got one more pink one on here, and I'm going to just simply pop that in the corner there, and I'm going to slide that one up there out of the way because there were no more pink ones on it. And so have a little sort through. So just a quick sort through. So these are just the odd ones now that we're using to fill the space. So that one I'm going to slightly overlap, but keep that wording in view. So they're all yellow. We don't want yellow. Oh, here we've got some more pink ones here. That's fantastic. So I'm going to pick that one off there. What my main concern is keeping that sentiment clear. So there we are. We're going to put that one there. We're nearly done. And this one's got a little bit of a foliage on it, which is lovely. So actually, do you know what? I'm going to tuck that in there because I don't really want the foliage showing. Well, not much anyway. So we're going to pop that on there. I will find one more rose and we're going to pop that on there. So it's absolutely festooned with flowers. But we've still got that triangular shape, but we haven't covered up our sentiment, thinking of you. And despite the bulk, I have done a side folding card. And despite the bulk, it does stand up really nicely, as you can see. The only thing you need to make sure you do, when you put the bottom ones on, make sure that your embellishments don't come over the edge of the card, otherwise the thing won't stand up. But if you do, what you can do, you can turn it over and check. If you find, this one's actually okay, but if you find that you have got any overhang, just take a sharp pair of scissors and trim the things off. But this one's fine. So there you go, there is our festoon flower card. I wasn't quite sure what I was going to call that, but that's not a bad title, is it? Festoon flower card. So we've still got a lovely triangle. It's massive flowers, but you can still see the sentiment through it. Now, if you wanted to just finish it off, we could put just a couple of flowers at the top, but they'd have to be tiny, otherwise it would overbalance it. It would be over the top. So I've got a couple here, so we could, actually, do you know what, that would look quite nice, but I didn't want to lose this hexagon. I know we've lost quite a bit of it already, but I'm going to, because I've just seen there a tiny bit of white foam pad that's sticking out. You could just use your fingernail and pop it in, or you could just put a couple of embellishments on it, just to balance it out ever so slightly. But there you go, now we really have finished. And I'm not going to do any more to that, otherwise you won't see the embossing, and you won't see this hexagon. You can't see much of it now anyway. But there we go. You don't have to go quite as mad as I have, but that's how we make, that's how we do a shaped flower display and still keep our sentiment in the middle, or wherever you've put your sentiment. But the example that I was shown had the sentiment in the middle, so I thought we'd try and do it this way. So I hope that's been helpful to you if you've ever thought of having a go at doing something like this and wondered, how do I keep the sentiment free of clutter or free of embellishments? Let's call them embellishments, not clutter. I think this is great. Now, I've got a friend who would say, oh, no, that's far too many flowers. But I like it. You can never have too many flowers on a card, especially for a lady. So there we go. There is our flower festoon card. I might not call it that, but you'll see what I call it when we pop it up in a minute. So I hope you've enjoyed it and you've picked up a couple of tips along the way. And I'll see you in my next video. And until then, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for subscribing. If you're not a subscriber, but you've enjoyed this video, please do hit that subscribe button and click the notification bell. And if you've enjoyed this video, please do give me a thumbs up, because it really does help. And I appreciate it a lot. And I'll see you in my next one. And in the meantime, thank you so much for watching this one. Take care, everybody. Have fun. And as always, happy crafting. Bye-bye for now.